Alright, Rust in the Wild, episode 3. So this time around we need to add support for wildcards in our config when it comes to um, specifying what command maps to what key bindings. So I'll see if I can give an example here. Lazycli, how does this work? ls? Okay, so if you look at the key bindings down here, let me zoom in a bit. If you look at the key bindings down here, knowing that we can remove it, or we can open it in my VS Code editor, or we can maybe cd into a directory, that's all. Those key bindings are appearing because we know that, because they're actually associated with the ls command. Whereas if I do a different command like git status short, I've got nothing. Nothing's changed. Let's just generate some files here. Okay, so in this case, the key bindings on the bottom are different, and the idea is that there's a config file that tells you what key bindings map to which commands. And how do I see that? $. Okay, so oops. So effectively, there's different profiles. It's just an array, and each one has a name. It's kind of not really needed, but the important thing is it's got registered commands and then key bindings here. What we want to do is have a registered command be allowed to be like ls star, so that I actually don't need these two things. And so effectively, this wildcard would just kind of be, it's equivalent to having a regex that looks like this. I've considered using just a direct regex, but I don't think it's going to be necessary to go that far. I think that the typical user might just appreciate being able to use a wildcard. In terms of the actual code that needs to change, let's just get back to however this was, ls minus l, I think, minus 1. So in my app file here, I'm going through my config, my profiles, getting an iterator, and I'm finding in the registered commands, which is, where am I? This guy. We're saying, well, does any equal the actual command that we've put in on the command line? So actually, like this thing here. So I just need to make this part of it a bit more complicated to support the wildcard. So I'm just going to cite it here and make a function called something like command matches. And it's going to have to take, I guess, just 2 strings, or maybe 2 references to strings. So I can say command reference to a string, and I suppose it's I'll call it a pattern, even though it's probably not really a proper pattern, and it's just in the form of another string. I feel like this should be not that. Should I be doing str? Let's try that and see if it complains. And it's going to just return a boolean. Does that work? Okay, what's it complaining about? Okay, expected a boolean. Alright, obviously. What have we got here? This should be a colon. Okay, good. So let's write a test for this. How do you write a test again? Let's steal it from one of these other files. Thank you very much. And I'll come back over here. And let's just get rid of most of this stuff. Okay, so in this test, test command matches direct match or exact match. And so in this case, I'm just going to assert that command, I can just go assert command, actually no, I should do assert equals. No, assert, because I'm just dealing with a boolean. Command matches, and let's say my command is ls, and my pattern is also ls. If it doesn't match, then should have returned true for exact match on pattern ls. This. Okay, I don't need, I guess let's add a couple more things here. So non-exact match, and I want to assert this thing equals false. Can I do that? That'd be, I should just do this. To return false for mismatch. And the new, I guess I'll just probably test that for now. So this is command matches, and I assume I'm allowed to pass that in here. Maybe just do it on the inside. So I go command matches, C is my command. Or is it? This is the register command. So this should be, first thing should be args.command, and then point it to C. And for now, this should just return command equals pattern. Hopefully that works. I don't know if these are two pointers to two different strings, like what's going to happen here. Expected syntax error, expected comma. Should this be curly braces? What? Expected comma. And this is also complaining. Can I do .asref? Okay, why is this thing saying expected comma? Consider borrowing here. Expected pointer string, but found a struct. I feel like I'm cheating. Let's just do this. Expected comma. Okay, open, 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 close, close. I didn't want none of these. Okay, cool. Ooh, and it's not rating an error. That's pretty cool. Okay. So I still don't know the difference between a pointer to a string or a reference to a string and a reference to this kind of string, a stir. Anyway, I think the stir is like this thing in memory, and the string is like a object on top of that has maybe its own methods, perhaps. Anyway, let's see if this passes. So I don't need this. Cargo test. Huh. And that passed. Very convenient. I'm still concerned that this is something's not right here. I wonder if Rust is taking this and kind of like if these are both references to something, is this comparing the values? Maybe I need to do this. Am I allowed to do that? Yeah, I can't think of a way of actually comparing. I can't think of a way of actually testing that, because I'm just going to end up like if this is the same object in memory, don't know how to like build a string reference that isn't that. Like maybe I can just see if I can get like string from ls.asref and then see if I can get rid of this and see if that fails. No, it still passes. I have no idea. Anyway. So now let's just add a test that's going to fail because of the new requirement. So this is my actual command, and here's what I want to match against. I'll do that, and it should match. Should have matched Q2 wildcard. And then I'll have another one that says it doesn't match with wildcard. Oops. And I guess what's a good example of something that wouldn't match on this? Get status. So actually now I expect yeah, 2 of these to fail. Okay, cool. Alright, now he's got to make this thing do what we want it to do. How do we do that? So what I'm thinking is, if we have like ls and then a star, that's equivalent to like a regular expression that has ls and then a dot star. So what we want to do is, if we have a string that has just random stuff in it plus wildcards, we need to basically split it based on the wildcards, then escape these strings with respect to regular expressions, and then combine them back again with this thing. So Rust regex. Escapes all regular expression meta characters in text. The string return may be safely used as a literal. Okay, cool. That lives in regex. I'm pretty sure I have regex in my cargo.toml. Yes, I do. Let's get back to where I was. Regex escape. So first of all, I'm going to take my pattern and I'm going to say I want to split it based on my asterisk characters. So pattern.split, an iterator over substring separated by characters matched by a pattern. The pattern can be a string, a character, or a slice of characters. What if I just do this? Oops. And so I'll now end up with an array or a vector or something like that. And then I want to say dot map my, what do you call this thing? Chunk. And what I want to do with this chunk is I want to escape it. Escape my chunk. Does that work? Unused. Okay, so, and I'm going to then I'm going to combine it again. So I'm going to say join. Can I do dot join? Dot collect perhaps? Dot join? Okay, what am I collecting it into? I guess just a vector of string. Oh god. And then I want to join it on this. And so now that I've done that, I've constructed a regular expression string. I need to then wrap that in an actual regular expression and see if my command matches that. So the next step is going to be what will I do? So this is my regex string, and then I need to say let regex dot. How do I use this library? So I'm going to import this thing and then do this. Can I do this? It expected, but it found an actual string. Okay. This unwrap is probably... I'll just keep that there for now. Given that this is kind of this pattern is decided by the user, it's more likely this might actually fail. But I can't think of any examples as to why it would fail. Unless maybe this thing failed. But that isn't even a result type. So this should be like a correct regular expression. So I don't see why this would fail. Anyway, I have my regex now, and I want to go and isMatch. Returns true if and only if there is a match for the regex in the given string. Command. Okay. Let's check our tests. Does not match with wildcard. Okay, so here our command is get status, and it's kind of being a bit too lenient. Can I log this guy? Print line regex string. Oh, format argument must be a string literal. Is it not a string literal? I'm going to say .asref. What? Format argument must be... Oh, hang on. No, I need this to be that. And that's what it printed. So that's what I expect. And I gotta just print my pattern just in case. My command, rather. Get status. So it's saying that it is a match. Now, why would that be the case? Should I be doing a thing where I say, like, I need to prepend it with a caret and append a $sign at the end? And how do I do that? I have a string, and I want to say I'd rather not have a mutable string. A.b join. Mismatch types. Okay. So we've correctly got these things in here now, but it's still passing? Oh no, that should be a not. Okay, let's try that. Cool. So we can get rid of this. I feel though that there probably should be a couple of more things in here, so what's another example we could do? Let's think. If I guess this is just kind of like, we should probably add some other characters, like things that you would need to escape. What do we need to escape in these things? And then this thing, which is just completely crazy. Actually, this should be over here. And then have a wildcard here. This is blah. And that should definitely not match. With escaped characters, I guess. I want to know what it actually prints here. So if I just test this specific test, yep, it is indeed escaping all those things. What else can we test? Just thinking about maybe if you have multiple wildcards, so like blah, haha, lol. Haha. Should have matched multiple wildcards. Let's test this guy. Go. Alright, that's pretty satisfying. I guess now it just comes down to where to put this code, because it's kind of living here inside this app file at the moment, but feels like this file contains a bit too much at this point. So maybe I'll just move this into a different place in the same directory. Oh, this is its own file. For now, I'm just going to make another file in the same directory called, what's this command file do? Run command. It's not really the same thing. Call this profile matching.rs. And I'm gonna have to refer to that, so let me export this thing. And can I now import that? I need to go and put a either in main. Yeah, I gotta go mod profile matching. Now if I come back over here, okay, I need to go and grab some of the stuff I was using here. And it's just going to tell me what I don't need. In fact, I probably don't need any of these things. Just regex. And don't need this anymore. And over here, I should be able to import it now. Profile matching command matches. Okay. And just a quick comment saying, this function tells us whether the entered command matches a given, I guess, command pattern associated with a profile of key bindings. Okay, and now just a quick manual test. If I come back to my my config, so how do I do this again? ls lazycli ls. Open up my config and just make that a wildcard. Oops. I guess I'll get rid of the space because then I can just use this thing on its own. Start again. So ls-l. That works, although I'm surprised that it does work because it's selecting the last column, but how does it know to do that? What about -1? That's not working at all. Okay. Oh, we've got a -l here. Let's move this one ahead. Oops. So that it's got the precedence. So -l has its own thing going on over here, but then everything else will match on this. That should work. Error message, missing field lines. Oh, what have I done? Lines to skip. This should be moved up as well. Let's do ls. Doesn't work. What the hell? Why is that? command.asref pattern C. Registered commands. Find a registered command. So we're trying to find a profile where one of its registered commands matches on the given command. args.command and then pattern in C. Start the pattern, you break it up. See if the command is inside that. Why is that not working? Oh, because I have to reinstall it. Cargo run ls. Okay, that works. And if I go cargo run ls-1, oh sorry, so it need to be quoted. Nice. And -a. Cool. Alrighty. And I'll just put that, oh, we can get rid of these guys. What is this one? This is the wildcards. Support wildcards in profile command matches. Cool. Okay, so how long has that taken so far? All these videos end up being like exactly half an hour. It's pretty interesting. But if I feel like I am slowly running into fewer issues with Rust. So we'll see how we go next time. I'm just going to make a corollary to that last video, which is that looking at this code here, I feel like this whole thing probably doesn't belong in the app struct, I think you call it. It's basically a class, but I'm thinking that this is really just a function of the config and the command that you have. So really, I feel like the config should be able to just tell me, you know, get me a profile matching this command. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm just going to copy this, go to my config, and I'm going to have to 0 derive implement default. No one ever thought, oh hello, implement config. Okay, got a new here. Just gonna do that. I'm gonna put it in here. Find profile for command. And it will return me, I suppose, an option of a profile. What was happening when I was actually back here? Profile, oh yes, an option of a reference to a profile. So let me make that explicit. Where am I here? Profile matching, main. It's going to be an option of a reference to a profile. And I suppose this would be like self. So you just say self.profiles. Why is that all of a sudden complaining? Oh, right. Self. Does that need... Is that what this is complaining about? Why would that cause an issue? Do they expect it to comment here? Does anything here take self and another argument? Huh. Isn't that what I'm doing? Self, comma, and then my other arguments. Why does it not like that? If I just return nothing here, does it complain? Right, mismatch types. Okay, so there's something in here. Remove this semicolon. What semicolon? There is no semicolon. That's pretty confusing. This delimiter might not be properly closed. Maybe I just copied it wrong. Oh, I need this thing perhaps. Okay, this can go back to being self. Command matches. I can just import that. It's not command, so now it's going to be command. Cool. And then back over here, I can say config.find profile for command args.command.asref. Oh, that should be a semicolon. Okay, cool. And this guy now probably belongs in here. So I'll get my profile matching, move it in here. Extension wants to make refactoring changes. Yes, please. Okay, so this guy now is importing from, no, the wrong place. Profile matching is exporting that. Now I import it into here. Why does that not work? Oh, if I go back to main here, this no longer should have this guy. And so if I'm back over in my config file, can I do it now? No. Oh, here we go. Pub mod, well, I'll just get mod profile matching. I'm not making it public because I don't think anyone else needs to know. about that function. Profile matching. I guess I can just import that. Yeah, okay, does that work? Well, cargo test first of all. Unresolved import in app.rs. Don't need it anymore. If I go cargo run that, that still works. Cool. Okay. Refactor. Cool. Just a small thing I wanted to change there because it did feel a bit weird having this file just at the top level. So because it is specific to the config, at least at the moment that feels appropriate. And I can have it in here telling me whether a command matches. Arguably, you could say that the profile should tell me whether it matches. But I don't know if I need to go that deep just yet. Okay, thanks for watching.